What's going on YouTube? Cloverbells here, back with another one of our Series 8 teams, and this time we're bringing out Zekrom. Yeah, finally Zekrom. We did Reshiram, but now let's do Zekrom. And this team is a little bit different than some of the teams I like to play. Well, first of all, Zekrom is special on this team, and you might say, well, why special Zekrom? Why not physical? It's got way more, stats in its physical attack. Well, if you look at the build here, Rising Voltage, Draco Meter, Earth Power, that's a very good special set to have. And with Rising Voltage, after our Weakness Policy proc with +2, after Max Lightning and the Dynamax is over, Rising Voltage will hit very, very hard. So Special Zekrom does have a spot, I believe, in my opinion. How are we going to activate the Weakness Policy? We're going to use Comfey. The first time we're using it in Series 8. The last time I really used Comfey was Series 6 when I partnered it with Lapras. But this time we're bringing back Comfey. We've got Speed Control with Trick Room, obviously. Draining Kiss to proc the policy, and then heal our Zekrom should we take damage. And of course we got the Cancer Bun called Ally Switch. Hopefully we won't be clicking it as much. After this, we've got Incineroar, and you might notice it's got an interesting, unique moveset. Not so much unique, but, a little bit different than most people would like to play Incineroar. That's because we are AV Incineroar, Assault Vest Incineroar. Okay, this will take people by surprise, especially on ladder. So what you can also do is Dynamax your Incineroar, go for a hard-hitting Max Darkness, which will reduce special defense, and then set up our Zekrom to deal some heavy damage, even if we don't Dynamax it and we bring it in from the back. Okay, so after Incineroar, now we have our Celesteela, and this is the Life Orb Celesteela that we use with our Reshiram. And again, it's a nice defensive pivot from Zekrom that will, counter Max Quakes and also Max Flares, where you can reverse pivot as well. Max Dragon into Zekrom, you can switch it out with Steela, and it just does nothing. You could even Dynamax the Steela and go for Max Airstream, make your Zekrom faster, and it's just our classic sweeper here. So I felt like this was a good steel type to bring with Zekrom, and it's also very nice against Calyrex Ice. All right, then we have the Amoongus. Again, we can play the game in Trick Room, especially. Sometimes I've led Comfey Amoongus click Trick Room, and then just sleep everything, and then just swap out and let our big sweepers finish the job. Okay, and of course if we're gonna bring Amoongus, then we're gonna bring Landorus again. Landorus is a nice mon to have here. We could even be brave enough and go for Earthquake and Dynamax our Zekrom, proc our policy that way while dealing heavy damage, and then just smash. But we can also lead the Landorus with the Amoongus, click Swords Dance, Dynamax Lando, and it's a very good mon against some teams. Alright, again, Zekrom's really good here because, look, Kyogre's a thing, and, Zekrom's a very nice answer to Kyogre teams. And I feel like we're bulky enough and have enough support where we can make this team shine on the ladder. So, yeah, enough of me talking, let's just go ahead into the battles. Okay, so this is kind of funny. He's got a Zekrom of his own with Suicune and Charizard and Lando and Incin. Our own Lando looks really good, and our Steela does not. So this is kind of funny. How do I want to deal with this? This is quite interesting. So he knows I'm Weakness Policy because he sees I have the Comfey. Would he even lead both is the question. If Zekrom dies, that's fine, because I have the Lando in the back. The problem is, I against their own Lando is where the problem happens. So yes, I will bring our own Lando. But again, this is where things get interesting. I'm gonna bring the Incin against the Kartana. That's what I do have to pay attention to. I don't think he brings the Suicune in this game. So let's just go with this. Kind of funny that we're playing against the Zekrom mirror. But we'll see how this goes. If he's physical, then he has Max Airstream. Most likely. Bolt Strike and, you know, a Dragon move. But we'll see if he leads any of his Intimidators. Okay, so he leads Lando Incin. So this is actually pretty good in a way because if he thinks I'm physical, I am not. And if I go for Max Dragon right now, he doesn't have any kind of safe switch in. So the Lando should just die. And then we can even Earth Power the Incin next turn. And he won't even know I'm special until it's too late. So this is actually kind of good. He might even... yeah, he could Fake Out, but that's not going to matter. So... yeah, like, there's no safe switch in there. The Kartana, sure, but... no, even then, we're special. Kartana would just drop. So, let's just go for the Max Wyrmwind now. Kill this Lando. If he maxes, he maxes. We get rid of his max, we win the game later. And we'll just Draining Kiss Zekrom. Because once we get his Zekrom out of the way, then our Lando can just finish. Alright, and he might be saving his Zekrom later, but what's that going to do against our Lando? So let's see what happens here. So this is looking pretty good. Alright, so no max from him. So this should be a one-shot on that Lando. He could go for Earthquake, but why would he? He would just kill his Incin. Alright, so he goes for a Rock Slide. So that's not going to work, unfortunately. And here comes our Wyrmwind. We should just clean up this Lando very easily. Yep, we do. Alright, and we reduce Incin's attack. So I'm very curious to see what the Incin decides to go for. If it was Willow, oh, it's Parting Shot. Okay, so this is kind of why I also wanted to get rid of Incin early, because now he'll just do this, and then we're back to -1. He thinks we're -3, but we're not. Okay, so here's the Kartana, and then he might even just max this, and this could be Incineroar again. It is Incineroar again. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and kill the Incin now. And just get my own Lando in here. So... oh, I'm sorry. Wait, that was wrong. So we'll max Quake here. And we know what he's going for. He's going for that Steel move. I don't want to let our Lando die yet, so I think I'll just go with our own Incin now. And this should be fine. So, if he maxes Kartana, I'm fine with it. Alright, the key is to kill this Incin in one go with a +1. That is the key. If we can do that, we're in a good spot. So, both Incin and Kartana are -1. Alright, and he chooses to max. Okay, so that means the Zekrom doesn't max, which is good because then our Lando in the endgame can finish it off. If we get to that point. So a -1 Kartana is not that threatening, especially when we have an Incineroar on the field. As long as we just get rid of his Incineroar, we're in a good spot. Okay, so this is max Steel Spike. This should be in the Comfy slot, and it is. So there's the Incin that takes it very nicely. Alright. Alright, defense, not gonna matter. Oh, it's Life Orb Kartana. Wow, okay. Well, I feel like this Incin should just die. Yes, okay, good. So, that's really, really good. Because now, what we can do is just max Lightning into Kartana, and it should just die. Which also sets the terrain. And then we could just go for hard-hitting Rising Voltages. So we're in a great spot. And it's a Zard. Okay, so this is even better. Now Lando just wins. So he didn't even bring his own Zekrom. So we have nothing to worry about here. Zard can't do anything. Yeah, we could just max Lightning, the Zard, and then we just win. And then Flare Blitz should just end the game. I could even fake out. I don't think it's necessary. And if he's Life Orb, he could protect, but that doesn't matter. We're in a good spot. Kartana's -1. So, Knuckle, yeah, I mean, sure. Oh, thank God we live. Okay, because Incin's a god. Alright, this is still very, very fine. Okay, and the Zard goes for Scorching Sands. Okay, fair enough. Alright, but that means you die to this Max Lightning. Which means next turn, it's going to hurt on the Kartana. And that Kartana has no special defense. And now we bring in our Lando to clean up and bring this Kartana to -2. And he has nothing left. So, yeah. Oh, we still have the Comfey. Oh, okay. But yeah, that doesn't matter. We're fine. Yeah. So now Kartana is -2, and if I recall, he has no Beast Boost. And that should be the end of his max as well. Oh no, I think he still has one more turn. Doesn't matter. Yeah. Oh, okay, so it's just -1. I mean, it's fine. So what I could even do, just to stall out one more turn of max, I could even switch out into Comfey. But I don't think I need to do that. This should still hurt a lot. And I'm honestly fine with just, like, Swords Dancing. I could even fly. I don't think it's necessary, though. Because if he goes for Steel Spike into Lando, that's not great. Yeah, I think I'll just Swords Dance here. I think this is fine. Okay, so he does Steel Spike. Is this into... Okay, it's into Lando. Alright, that's fine. Because now you still take this Rising Voltage. And he's gonna find out right now that I'm not physical. Okay. So let's see how well Kartana takes this. Kartana doesn't take it at all! Oh, Zekrom. So... yeah, so he chose not to bring his own Zekrom. Fair enough. Alright, we get the nice win. Oh, boy. Okay, so he's got Calyrex. And, oh no, he's got the Meowstic Amoongus. No, he's gonna do the Prankster Spore shenanigans. Why? Why do people do this? Oh, no. Well, I have to bring Okay. Oh my goodness. I have to bring Lando. And I'm thinking Incineroar. Yeah, I mean Lando looks pretty good here. And then Dynamax Incin late game. Or not Dynamax Incin, but Incineroar late game against the Shadow Calyrex looks okay. Zekrom kinda tough here. But not terrible. Okay, so how do I want to do this? I guess Lando Amoongus? Yeah, I feel like this is the best thing. And then Zekrom in the back, and then Incineroar. Yeah, let's just go with this. Let's see what happens. If this is Lapras, this is not bad either, because we could Spore and even Rockfall the Lapras. But we would need to Swords Dance first. So he gets the Veil Up, he gets the Veil Up. But we'll see what happens here. Lapras would be strong against Zekrom, but if we can go first, that would be okay. So let's see what this is. So this is exactly what I thought he would do and what I talked about in the beginning with the Prankster Spore shenanigans. So this is what we're gonna get. Alright, so what do you have in the back? You obviously have the Calyrex. You could switch into Incin here and then make me -1. That could be a play. And yeah, like Prankster Spore is bad because then it would just ignore my thing. But I have a Lumberry is the thing, so I think I kind of have to go for this. Yeah, Rage Powder and just Airstream. I think that's the best play. Because I know he's a grass type and he'll ignore it, but, you know, still. I feel like with redirection it won't work, unless I'm mistaken. I don't know the interaction in terms of those speeds. I would have to look at it. But I feel like this is safe. This is a safe one. Let's find out. If it's Satch, it's Satch. Okay, so there's the Rage Powder. So let's see what happens here. Okay, so it's just skill. Oh, okay, so he gets Regenerator and we get Prankster. So we get Priority Spore, right? That's how it works. I was thinking about that. I think this is how it works. So hold on a second here. I think he just screwed himself. Okay. So he we have Prankster Spore now with a Dynamax Landorus. Oh my goodness. Wait a minute. I think he just screwed up here. Oh no. And we got a +1 boost. Oh, this is funny. This is funny. I think he just realized what he did. What is that? That's the Calyrex. Oh man. So we're too nervous to eat our berries, but like Prankster Spore that and then just Quake this? Yeah? I mean, we're already faster now. Might as well. This is kind of funny. I guess this is how you counter that lead. I didn't think he knew that. I kind of knew it in the back of my head, but I just never saw it happen. Or never tried to do it. So that's why I kind of led this. And I have the Lumberry. So we're in a great... Yeah, Prankster Spore! Oh no, my opponent. Oh no. And we're faster. And we're gonna get a Spadef boost. He's never gonna kill us. Oh no, we don't need Incin or things this game. Okay, he'll take that. Do you go for screens? Or what do you go for? Alright, so there's a berry. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so he takes a turn of sleep. Okay, fake tears. Okay, that's bad. So this has to... That has to go now. So I feel like Incin can just clean up the Meowstic, but I do want to get rid of that Calyrex. So we're just gonna Spore this and just Quake again. And then, yeah. I think he... Yeah, exactly. Oh, man. Well, we take those. We take those. So this looks like Pato's team, except he took out the P2 and put in an Incin. And the Amoongus is there. Instead of... I forget off the top of my head, but... Solgaleo, Spectrier, Fini, and Moltres are the key four here. So this is a tricky one. Now, Zekrom looks good here against a lot of what he has, but I want to save Zekrom for the end game is the thing. I feel like Incin in the beginning looks kind of good. And so does Lando. Yeah. What if I just did that? What if I did Amoongus and Incin? And then Zekrom in the back to close things out. And then I don't need Stealer here. I guess the Lando has a little bit better use. Yeah, let's go with this. I'm fine with this. If he leads the Spectrier Solgaleo, we're putting that Solgaleo to sleep. And we're gonna bring that Spectrier down to Sash. In fact, I might even max the Incin, get Spadef drops on it. Oh no, wait, it's Solgaleo, you can't reduce the stats. This is still fine. Okay, so he leads the Amoongus Moltres. Very interesting. So he's gonna one-up us here a little bit. Unless I Spore. So yeah, I kind of have to go for this. And then fake out this Amoongus. So he wants the nasty plot. But that's why we're going for this fake out. If he protects the Amoongus, which would be his best play, that's fine, but then we sleep the Moltres. I don't know if he wants to stay in here, but I don't know if there's anything he could do unless that's a berry. So he chooses to Dynamax the Moltres, which is fine by me, because we can Dynamax our Zekrom or Lando later on. So here comes the Moltres. This is fine. Because we're gonna put this thing to sleep. We're Sash. So he chooses to protect. That's fine. Okay. So here comes the Airstream. Is this on Incin? Alright, it's Amoongus. Yeah, he doesn't even get us to Sash. So he'll be a faster Amoongus. But this is where our Spore comes in handy. Oh, he has safety goggles! Oh my goodness, he has the Potto build. Okay, so I guess that's why he led this. Okay, so very smart by my opponent then. Alright, but here's the thing. He did commit a turn of Max to it. And he could Airstream again. And I guess I just let the Amoongus die here. The Incin, we're in a tough spot here. Let's see. I guess we'll Rage Powder. And then we'll Flare Blitz. Let's see if he switches. I don't think the Amoongus dies anyway. So, nice job by my opponent using safety goggles. Very good item on something like Moltres. So Moltres is going to be really fast now. Oh, he went for the Incin. Okay. So I failed to realize that the safety goggles means he ignores the Rage Powder. Right. Funny, because I'm someone that uses it as well. Alright, but at least we kill his Amoongus, so I'll consider that. Alright, we take a lot of recoil. Alright, I'm fine with this, because he still committed 2 turns of his max. So I could have just clear smogged him, and then we would have been fine. And then he gets no boost. So that was a big misplay, but I don't think it loses me the game just yet. So let's see what he does here. This could be Solgaleo. It is his own Incineroar. Okay, so I could lose 2 things here. Yeah, I definitely should have clear smogged that Moltres. Yeah, there's not much I can do here. I'm gonna try and get this all, but that's not gonna do it. He could Airstream the Incin slot. I might want to save it. Maybe I could switch into Zekrom now. Alright, let's try this. Let's see if I can make this call right. I want to save the Incin for later. Let's see if he kills my Amoongus. I do need to save the instant for the Solgaleo later. So he goes for Fake Out. Alright, into the Zekrom slot. That's not bad. Alright, he crits me. And then he goes for his own Airstream. Okay, is this Zekrom? Okay, it's Amoongus. Smart play. So he's +3. Very fast. Okay, but now his max turns are gone, and now we can get in our own Lando. And then we can also intimidate his Incineroar. Okay, I have an idea. Now, whether or not this is a good idea is another thing, but I have an idea. And I believe in Zekrom, okay? I believe in Zekrom. So this is exactly what we're gonna do. Don't do this at home, ladies and gentlemen. Do not do this at home. He doesn't have a safe switch in for this. So his Dynamax is gone. We kept the instant later. You know, it's 1 for 1. We both have 3, but the difference right now is I have my max, and he has a fast Moltres, but I have a Dynamax. And if I can get this Earthquake off, and hopefully not kill my Zekrom, this is going to be worth it. So he's thinking now. I know he's thinking. Let's see if he protects the Moltres. He withdraws the Moltres. Okay, so all his boosts go bye-bye. So I don't know if this was the play, because now this Solgaleo is gonna get smashed here. I have no idea why my opponent did this. I guess to protect the Moltres, but I don't think Solgaleo lives. This was a very risky play by my opponent. Yeah, look how much damage that does. And now we're just gonna smash his Solgaleo. Yeah, I mean, you get your policy, but you don't get a chance to move, and I get to kill. So, alright, I mean, he parting shots. That's fine. Wow, he's faster than my Zekrom. That's a fast instant. Because I'm base 90. He must have more than that. Alright, I mean, you get your Moltres in, but where are your speed boosts? Alright, so here comes the Max Lightning. Goodbye, Solgaleo. Yeah, I don't know about that play by my opponent. I think he thinks I'm physical, like everyone else that would. Okay. And now we have a Lando that can deal super effective damage to his Moltres and his instant. So he'll get an Intimidate, but from this range, I don't think it matters. Rock Slide is going to do so much. And we still have our own instant in the back, if we need it. Like, okay, we're gonna Rock Slide here, and then we just Max Lightning this Moltres, and then the game's done. He protects, he protects. You're not living +2. Yeah, so I don't know about that play by my opponent, but we played it correctly, given with what we had. So right now he's thinking about he's down to 2. So yeah, I mean we did misplay in the beginning. We forgot what safety goggles did. We miss, but if we can kill the instant, that's fine. We don't kill the instant. And he gets a berry. So that miss was kind of big, but if we can live this Moltres move, we should live this. Yeah. Zekrom's a tank. And here comes the Max Lightning. This should kill. We're +2. Yeah, goodbye. Okay, yeah, so I had a bit of a brain fart. I forgot the safety goggles thing. But fortunately, it doesn't hurt us. Yeah, a couple of my games are a little sloppy, but it's fine. We're playing it well enough to win here. I feel like you just die. I don't think this Incin has Protect. He's just parting shotting. And then we can just Quake. Ah, that's just lightning. This game's done. Yep. So here we go. Lando saves the day again. I really like Landorus. But, yeah, we take it. Alright. GG's to Richard. There is a Pincurchin. And Braviary. Okay. Haven't seen a lot of Braviary at all. Since Series 6. And there's a Whimsicott. So Tailwind there. Okay. I'm going to assume the Pincurchin is for the Magnezone. Well, Lando and Steela both look great here. Yes, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna start Zekrom here. And yeah. I mean, the Steela doesn't look so great against the Incineroar, but like everything else looks fine. And Zekrom really smashes Kyogre here. So he's in a tough spot here. And of course we have Lando. Now the problem with Lando here is the Braviary. But I think it's still fine. Zekrom can still deal with it. This guy doesn't have much for Zekrom, honestly. Like that whole team, unless the Kyogre runs an ice move, doesn't really have too much for Zekrom. So let's see if Zekrom can just run through. How many times did I say Zekrom in that sentence? Okay. So I'd love to like max lightning that Kyogre and one-shot it. Let's see if he even leads it. He might just bring it in the back. But we'll see. So it's going to be the Braviary Incineroar. So double Intimidate. I got news for him. I'm Special Zekrom. And this is the benefit of using Special Zekrom. They won't know that you're not physical until later on when you're not Dynamax. So my plan right now is... honestly, I have a couple of options. The Braviary poses no threat here. I can kill that thing whenever I want. He doesn't have... If I go for Max Lightning, he doesn't really have a switch in. Like, he can't really switch Kyogre. I mean, he could switch into Magnezone and whatnot, but we have the Steela. I don't want to get parting shotted by Incineroar, so all I'm really going to do is Max Quake the Incineroar, and that's more or less a safe play because he has no other flying type except this thing. The Braviary out on the field, so I'm gonna Max Quake that. No Max Dragon because then you'll just activate Braviary's Defiant, and then we'll just go for the Draining Kiss here and get Zekrom rolling. So this is a safe play, and once he sees this Max Quake, it should hit him that, yeah, oh man, he's Special Zekrom. But then again, we do get Earthquake, so maybe he doesn't know, but we'll see. But again, Kyogre poses no threat here, and once we kill the Incin, the Kyogre can't do anything, neither can the Braviary. So there's the Draining Kiss. Alright, there's our policy. And he goes for the Rock Slide, doesn't really matter. Okay, and now we'll go for the Max Quake and boost our special defense, and this should OHKO the Incineroar no matter what planet he's on. There it is. So there's the first blow. And now Zekrom and Comfey are going to get super beefy now. So again, we can Max Lightning whenever we want. If it's the Kyogre, sure. But the Braviary doesn't pose a threat. We can always take that out later. Oh, it's the Whimsicott. Okay. So he could set up Tailwind for later on. but this is a safe Max Lightning here, and just to break the Sash, I could even click Trick Room. Which is what I'm going to do, actually. Just to prepare for the endgame against Kyogre, so I'm going to do that while I still can. I don't think he maxes the Braviary here. That would be kind of silly. So the Braviary protects. I mean, you might still die. Alright, so Switcheroo comes out. Is it eject button? Okay, but then why did you protect? Okay. Yes. Oh, okay. That's the invisible Sash there. Alright. Even if I lose my max now, it's fine. I did what I needed to do. Alright, so there's the Trick Room. Okay, so now what I could also do is, I guess I can Lightning on the Whimsicott slot. I could Quake, but nothing is going to affect it. So it doesn't really matter. So we'll just Lightning the Whimsicott slot, and then we'll just knock out the Braviary. And then that'll bring him just the Kyogre. So if the Whimsicott wants to click Tailwind, he can. But then that just seals the game. So this is a game where he's going to max the Kyogre, which I guess is fine. So we'll get rid of this. And we might still kill the Whimsicott here. So no Tailwind from the Whimsicott, which is kind of nice. Let's see if this actually kills the Whimsicott. And we do. Okay, great. So now it's just a one-on-one scenario with the Kyogre. Okay. And there it is. And this is nice in terms of timing. Because now we can just click Rising Voltage and it'll do double the damage, and we have the terrain. I don't know if Kyogre lives. So he's gonna max that. I don't think he lives. I could even click the deadly button just in case if I think he's gonna go for Max Hailstorm. And he might read it, and if he does, all the more power to him. But I'm going to assume that's a fast Kyogre because, you know, Tailwind. And we're not running any speed on our Zekrom, so we'll just go ahead and click it just to prepare. So he doesn't max. He realizes there's no point. The end is near. And I'd be shocked if this didn't kill. Rising Voltage. Goodbye, Kyogre. Okay. So, nice showcase by Zekrom. You saw in team preview, he just had no answer for it. So, very easy win for Zekrom. And that's our special Zekrom squad. I had a lot of fun with it, you know, with cart and off cart. Special Zekrom can do some damage on the ladder. I had a couple of hiccups in some games where, you know, I forgot the safety goggles, like, for whatever reason. But again, not enough to cost us the game. So a lot of teams are gonna consider that you're physical in the beginning, and they're gonna like intimidate and burn you, and then until they realize it's too late, that you're special Zekrom when you hit him with that Rising Voltage. The Lando is pretty good and solid as always, especially with the Amoongus. You didn't really get to see Steela. He's really only here against like Calyrex Ice, which you didn't see in the video. And for those defensive pivots for ice attacks or even max quakes onto Zekrom, the AV Incin had a lot more play off cart, especially against Calyrex-Shadow. We played a Calyrex-Shadow, but we didn't get a chance to use it because he was trying to run shenanigans with the you know, Amoongus and the prankster Meowstic. But yeah, give it a go. It's a fun one for ladder. Again, you know, would I bring this to a tournament? Probably not. But, you know, will you win lots of games on ladder? And is it consistent enough? Yeah. All right. So give it a go. Zekrom's got a spot in the meta. All right. Just get your positioning correctly. All right. Have a good one.